Trump takes a trip to show love to all of his supporters, and the liberal left of the mainstream media lose their shit like dissidents with dysentery. If Trump's clash with the commie cough is proof positive of anything, it's that the pinko pox is infinitely more treatable than Trump Derangement Syndrome.
Never tell them who I am. Well, how dare I'm a man. 6 shooters in both my hands. I'm a cold-blooded brother, a real bad mother. Watch out, honey, here I am.
So we have this story from the Daily Wire, and I just find it absolutely hilarious how insane the left is. And it doesn't, not even necessarily just the left. Even the never-Trumper Republicans, of course we know those are just rhinos, those are liberal plants within the Republican Party, how insane they are. They have lost their goddamn minds. So we have this from the Daily Wire. Leftists explode over Trump taking a short ride outside the hospital, charge him with crimes, and remove him from power. So, you know, the news cycle is totally saturated right now with reports of Trump's COVID diagnosis, and I really didn't even want to talk about it, and I'm not really going to talk about it. I just wanted to talk about the left's reaction to the fact that he actually went out and did a little motorcade drive-by, because we've had all of these people that have been outside the hospital supporting Trump. We've had parades in New York City, all kinds of things going on. America has just come out and shown so much love and support for Donald Trump. I mean, unless you live in Hollywood. Wait, I live in Hollywood. But I'm still showing support for Donald Trump. But there's been such an outpouring of love for Donald Trump. He even has now surpassed Joe Biden in the popular vote poll. So, of course, that's come with conspiracy theories from the left about, oh, he's faking it so that he can garner sympathy going into the election, and blah, 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 blah. The left is nothing but conspiracy theorists, even though they like to claim that everything the right says is nothing but a conspiracy, even though we're sitting here holding up documents saying, we got the proof of it, motherfuckers. But, so the left-wing liberal media figures took to Twitter on Sunday afternoon following President Donald Trump temporarily... Can I talk today? I don't think I can talk today. I'm going to do my best, but bear with me here, because I clearly can't talk today. So, left-wing media figures took to Twitter on Sunday afternoon following President Donald Trump temporarily leaving Walter Reed Medical Center and taking a short drive to see his supporters who were outside showing their enthusiasm for the president. And it was really cool to see all that enthusiasm for the president, despite the fact that we have everybody on the left sitting, you know, crying in their homes on Twitter saying that they hope he dies. Meanwhile, you got all the supporters outside in the open air, waving their flags and having a good old time, loving being Americans. So the most notable hit came from Washington Post blogger Jennifer Rubin, who called for the Maryland Attorney General to indict Trump for reckless endangerment and assault. Are you kidding me? And this is what's so funny is Jennifer Rubin was supposed to be the Washington Post's conservative writer. And it's funny, isn't it, how all of these mainstream media, these left-wing establishment media corporations, they all have their token conservatives, and every single one of them is just completely anti-Trump. We've had Jennifer Rubin, we've had what's her name, Anna Navarro. All of these conservative people that are, you know, supposed to be the balance on these left-wing news organizations end up sounding more insane than most of the actual left-wing people, which kind of makes me think that they were really just plants to begin with. They were never right-wing. They were always crazy, and they can't hide it now in the age of Trump. They're always able to hide it so that they could kind of slowly garner people on the right over to these leftist ideas. You know, they could slowly warm them up to them. A little drop here, a little drop there. They were almost like catalysts for moving the right further left, for shifting that Overton window. But we have a Jennifer Rubin here. I would hope that if any harm comes to those agents, Attorney General of Maryland will indict Trump for reckless endangerment, assault. Yes, the virus he gives off count, etc. Assault for being sick. with a disease, mind you, that has a 99.9% survival rate. And even of that 0.1, where is it the survival rate? It looks like only 6% of those actually come from COVID. The rest are from comorbidities and complications. I mean, it's absolute. This is absolute insanity. Reckless endangerment. This would be like saying anybody who rides in a car with the flu should be charged. And although I think the flu even has a higher mortality rate than even COVID-19 does. It's absolute insanity, the things that these people are calling for. And it's almost like they have a certain desperation to get Trump out of office, and they know that they have played all of their cards, none of them have worked, and now they've got nothing left but screeching and clutching for straws at anything, even when nothing is there. So Rubin suggested that Trump needed to be immediately removed from power through the 25th Amendment and claimed that the GOP is a death cult and not pro. All right, so she goes, I would suggest COVID has already impaired his judgment, so he is a risk to others. 25th Amendment, anyone? Really? It's impaired his judgment to get in... This is the leader of the free world, and you're basically asking for him to be absolutely stuck in like a glass box. Wait, he is stuck in a glass box. It's called a car with somebody driving him. Sure. He's wearing a mask. The people that are in the car have a mask on. Aren't the masks supposed to work? Isn't that what we've been told? We wear a mask, we protect people. He's the leader of the free world. You know, he wants to show his supporters that he is not bedridden, that he is not knocking on death's door, and that he's doing well enough to get into a car and go and wave and say hello to them. If anything, it's reassuring to the American people that Donald Trump is not, like, bedridden or anything like that. But these people hate Trump so much, they have no appeal to logic within them. Everything is... Yeah, and another thing is, like, they expect us to be such cowards. They think the American people are such pussies that we're all shaking in our boots, trembling and terrified over this disease that kills, yeah, it's killed 200,000 people. It was supposed to kill 2 million. And 94% of the people that have died primarily because they have complications with other health issues. I've got a pretty strong feeling that they probably picked Secret Service agents, sorry, again, can't talk today, with, that we're not high on any of these comorbidity factors. So what, is Trump supposed to be charged with, is he supposed to be charged with endangering the doctors that are treating him? Or any of the Secret Service agents that have to be in that hospital protecting him? That's their job. A Secret Service agent is, they sign up for the job willing to take a bullet for the president. They're supposed to jump in front of a bullet if they hear gunfire go off. Yet they're supposed to be afraid of being in a car with a president who has a disease with a 99.9% survival rate. Give me a fucking break. That's what these Secret Service agents signed up to do. Is to put their life in jeopardy to protect the president. And part of protecting the president means letting the president show the people that he's doing okay. When you have places like CNN that are sitting out spouting off, what are some of these crazy headlines? It's concerning that President Trump got so sick so quickly. Except he didn't. They're just fear-mongering. It's absolutely insane. And so she goes on to say, the GOP is a death cult. There is only one pro-life party, and it's not them. What are you talking about? We're a death cult. Because we don't want to shut the entire country down and let everybody die from starvation because the whole country is shut down because of this disease with, I'm not even going to keep repeating the survival rates. These people are nuts. They've lost their minds. There's nothing left working up in between those ears anymore. Either that or they're just so fueled by hatred. It's like they've gone rabid. Trump Derangement Syndrome has sent these people into a fully rabid psychosis. So there's only one pro-life party and it's not them. Right. says the Democrats who are in favor of infanticide. It's literally, it's like we've walked into the insane asylum and are trying to talk to all of the inmates of the asylum about rational thought and the way a country should run. Meanwhile, they're sitting there shitting in their hand and chucking it at us. That's what it's like with the left these days. And again, Jennifer Rubin, supposedly the conservative editorial member of the Washington Post editorial board. Don't think so. I don't think she was able to keep up that charade for more than 5 seconds. And it was over. Again, these Secret Service agents are supposed to give their lives for the president. Jump in front of a bullet. I think COVID is far less dangerous than a bullet. Rubin also claimed that Trump was willing to infect his supporters, even though the windows were not rolled down on his SUV that were carrying the president. He's in the hospital for COVID and he wants to infect his supporters? What do you mean he wants to infect his supporters? First of all, like they said, the windows were rolled up. Second of all, his supporters were on the sidewalks. I thought 6 feet social distancing was good. They were probably 15 feet away from him. And outside, in the sunshine, in the heat. It's like, it's hard to come up with rational reactions to such irrational arguments. It's hard to process what goes through their head. So CBS News reporter David Begnaud complained that Trump appeared to not wear the correct type of mask. The president, who is infected with coronavirus, doesn't appear to be wearing a medical-grade mask. There's a Secret Service agent in front of him. Hold on. There's a secret... Wait, hold on. There's a Secret Service agent in front of him is... Wait, is that English? I thought it was me that couldn't talk. Apparently this guy can't write. The president looks to be wearing a cloth mask similarity to the one. Wait, hold on. Jesus. Isn't this person supposed to be a journalist? The president looks to be wearing a cloth mask similarity to the one he has occasionally been seen wearing. Good job, David Begnaud. Trump Derangement Syndrome has officially affected their brains to the point where they can't even get out a single sentence without making absolute, utter, like, Joe Biden-type gaffes. I mean, maybe it's not Trump Derangement Syndrome. Maybe Biden has something that has been infecting the left. Maybe Biden's dementia has gone contagious. I think that might actually be what's happening. It's not that these people have Trump Derangement Syndrome. It's that they've been around Biden, who has this dementia, this new form of dementia that has gone airborne, and they've all caught it, and now they have this same dementia. I mean, clearly I'm joking, but... A reporter for Vice News claimed that a Secret Service agent told her that Trump's actions were so reckless and careless and heartless. So, just sent this video to a Secret Service source who responded, so reckless and careless and heartless. I'm going to call 500 for shit that didn't happen. That did not happen. That is an utter lie. And if that did happen, whoever this anonymous Secret Service source is, because of course every media source when it comes to anything against Trump is anonymous these days, they need to be fired. If that person is real, they need to weed out who the hell would say that this was so reckless and careless and heartless, because they do not deserve to have a job protecting the president. If they think that the president driving by in a motorcade because he's got the fucking commie cough is so heartless, yeah, you're not cut out for this job, little missy. And I'm assuming it was a guy, and I'm still calling him a little missy. So, you know, I'm not going to go into all this stuff about what the White House physician has said. We all know Trump is going to be fine. They're saying that they could likely, he's likely to be released tomorrow. We all knew that Trump was going to be fine with this. I mean, it's COVID. It's not that deadly. it's just not that deadly. And he's got the best healthcare in the world, and they caught it like probably 30 seconds after he contracted it. So this whole thing, and what's so annoying is that Trump's COVID thing, it's consumed the entire media. I had to spend like 5 hours looking for a story that I even felt like talking about today, because I didn't want to go over the same old bullshit that everybody else is talking about. Trump has COVID, Trump has COVID, wow, he'll get over it in a few days. And in the meantime, we need to get Amy Coney Barrett confirmed. So, anyways, that's the video. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell too, because we all know it's voices like mine that are first to be taken out back and old yellered by the folks at Big Tech. And speaking of Big Tech, if you want to follow me on any of these parasitic Big Tech platforms, go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Parler at Ram Thorburn. Also on pill.net and minds.com, also at Ram Thorburn. And if you are interested in contributing to the channel, there are links to my Subscribe Star, Patreon, and PayPal down in the description below. It is only through donations that I'm really able to keep this thing going. I mean, this is basically a full-time job that I make almost nothing off of. I did get a couple donations that have helped me purchase a webcam that is better than this built-in garbage that I have right here. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.